The war of words is no longer whispered. It is being shouted across borders, across blood-soaked streets, and across the world stage. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi has delivered a blistering accusation that Israel has always tried to drag the United States into wars fought on Israel's behalf. But this time, he says, the mask has slipped. Remarkably, Araghchi wrote on X, they are saying the quiet part out loud. His remarks came as Iran reels under weeks of anti-government protests that Araghchi claims have turned deadly due to foreign interference. He points directly at Israel, accusing it of openly boasting about arming protesters with live weapons. Blood is on our streets, Araghchi said. Hundreds are dead. According to him, Israel is not just watching chaos unfold, but it is fueling it. The claim stemmed from a post by Tamir Morak, a diplomatic correspondent for Israel's Channel 14, who wrote that foreign elements were arming protesters inside Iran with live weapons. Morag stopped short of naming names, but added, anyone is free to guess who we're talking about. For Tehran, the implication was unmistakable. Araghchi warned that if US President Donald Trump truly wants to stop the killing in Iran, he should not threaten Tehran, he should rein in Israel. As tensions spiral, the United States is taking notice. The US mission in Saudi Arabia has advised American citizens to exercise increased caution across the region, signaling fears that unrest inside Iran could spill far beyond its borders. Meanwhile, Washington's rhetoric is hardening. Trump has warned of very strong action if Iran executes protesters, a statement that further escalates an already volatile standoff. Iranian officials reject the Western narrative entirely, branding the unrest as riots and terrorism backed by the US and Israel. The true human cost remains obscured. Tehran has released no official casualty figures, but reports estimate at least 12,000 people have been killed amid the unrest that's nowhere near over. As accusations fly and threats mount, one question now looms larger than ever. Is Iran's internal crisis becoming the next flashpoint in a far wider war?
We have been informed by very important sources on the other side, and they've said the killing has stopped and the executions won't take place. There was supposed to be a lot of executions today, and that the executions won't take place. And we're going to find out. I mean, I'll find out after this. You'll find out. But we've been told on good authority, and I hope it's true.
US President Donald Trump said Wednesday that killings linked to Iran's nationwide crackdown were subsiding. He claimed there was no plan for mass executions of protesters, citing information received by his administration. But Trump stopped short of ruling out military action, even as analysts warned that US intervention could trigger a wider conflict.
Mr. President, on Iran, you said that the killing has stopped. Who told you that the killings have stopped there?
We have been informed by very important sources on the other side, and they've said the killing has stopped and the executions won't take place. There was supposed to be a lot of executions today, and that the executions won't take place. And we're going to find out. I mean, I'll find out after this. You'll find out. But we've been told on good authority, and I hope it's true. Who knows, right? Who knows?
We've seen the body bags, so how do you trust them?
You've seen that over the last few days, and they said people were shooting at them with guns, and they were shooting back, and, you know, it's one of those things. But they told me that there'll be no executions, and so I hope that's true.
Does this mean military action is now off the table against Iran?
No, we're going to watch it and see what the process is, but we were given a very good statement by people that are aware of what's going on.
Are they still considering military action? Is
When
that
they
still a
say
threat?
no executions, everyone is talking about a lot of executions were taking place today. We were just told no executions. I hope that's true. That's a big thing, yes.
The remarks came amid growing concern in the Middle East that American strikes on Iran remain a real possibility. In contrast, U.S. Ambassador to Israel Mike Huckabee said Washington currently has no plans to intervene militarily.
I don't think it's something the United States is actively engaged in trying to hasten anything. It's a matter of respect, and this is how President Trump has framed it. He certainly wants there to be recognition that the government of Iran should not murder its own people, should not injure them and hurt them because they're protesting. They have a right to protest, and they're protesting about legitimate things. I don't think that right now the U.S. or Israel is making plans to engage. I don't know what may happen. I simply don't know. I would be totally out of my league if I said, here's what will happen. We don't know. But I'm not hearing anything at this point where America is preparing to engage militarily. If they change their mind, I'm sure they'll tell us all. But right now, it's really a matter of watching what is an organic movement coming up from very, very disgruntled, rightfully so, Iranian people who have decided that they can't keep going on like this.
Iranian officials directly contradicted Trump's claims, signaling that fast-track trials and executions remain imminent. Tehran also warned it would retaliate if the United States or Israel intervened in what it calls domestic unrest. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi attempted to lower tensions, urging Washington to pursue negotiation rather than force.
And is currently considering taking some form of action to support the protesters on the ground. If you have a message you'd like to convey to him, what exactly would that message be?
My message is do not repeat the same mistake that you did in June. You know, if you try a failed experience, you will always get the same result. And determination also cannot be bumped. Now, Iran has proved to be ready for negotiation, for diplomacy. We have proved that in the past 20 years, in 2015, and will be again in 2025, every single time. But it was the US who always escaped from diplomacy, who cut the diplomacy short and opted for war.
Meanwhile, Iran abruptly shut its airspace to commercial flights for several hours without explanation. Tehran temporarily closed its airspace for more than 2 hours, allowing only limited international flights with special clearance, according to flight tracking data. The protests now represent the gravest challenge to Iran's clerical leadership since the 1979 Islamic Revolution. Officials say more than 2,000 people have died, while rights groups believe the true toll is far higher. With airspace closures, threats of retaliation, and conflicting U.S. signals, the region remains dangerously close to escalation.
The White House is once again standing at the edge of war.